We've got a great guest for you guys right now. His name is Cooper Bibaud, and he makes movies. He's an actor, he's a writer, and now he's making video games as well. And this is all self-made, which is really cool. He has some dreams, and he's pursuing them. Please welcome Cooper Bibaud to the stage. Good to see you, my friend. How's it going?
Good, good.
Yeah, you brought water.
I know.
That's
I
smart.
needed it.
We do need it. It's hot. You wearing a sweater?
You want a
No,
little
it's
taste?
okay. It's all good. It's good to see you, my friend. I don't know if everybody knows this, but Cooper actually, in between projects, you worked as an editor with us for a couple of seasons?
Yeah, this is like full circle because I started out as a guest. You guys.
That's right,
You guys
yeah.
interviewed me for my very first movie years ago.
Yeah.
And then, editing, writing.
Yep.
And now I'm back as
How,
a guest.
how did that happen that we interviewed you for the show? Was it you guys or was it Super
We
Channel?
just kept bugging you on Twitter.
Was that what it was?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Danny Mac and I just kept messaging you and until you couldn't say no, and then you had us on. So.
That's awesome. You guys are both, you and Danny are both, and you've done some on-camera stuff for us as well?
That's
That's awesome.
hosting. This just popped up in my Facebook memories the other day.
That's so rad. You started in Edmonton.
Yeah.
And Danny Mac is your collaborator, and he was the star of Heel Kick. He's the main wrestler guy.
Yeah.
Heel Kick, tell us a little bit about a Heel Kick. Some people haven't seen it, but it was a big success for you guys.
Yeah, it was. So Heel Kick is about two backyard wrestlers who try to go pro.
Yep.
But they lack any traits that two guys should have to be able to do that. They're just stoners. They're idiots. When it boils down to it, it's really just about two guys trying to pursue a dream.
Right.
And that's kind of the thing that we're really proud of, because if you're a wrestling fan, there's a lot there that you'll like.
Yeah.
If you're not a wrestling fan, there's still a ton of heart and things that you can relate to and connect with.
You guys did an amazing job at getting out into not only the wrestling community, but you worked with Greg Miller, who became a producer on the show.
Yeah.
On the movie.
Yeah.
How did that happen?
So in 2015, we did a charity event called Game & Watch Live, which you were also
Oh,
a
yeah,
part of.
yes, yeah. I played against Greg.
With Greg,
And
yeah, it was one of the highlights.
He sucked just a little bit less than me. I sucked more than him, so I think I win.
That was an intense
Yes.
moment. You guys
Yes.
raced, and then it went to a battle mode, and
Yeah.
went down to like the last balloon and everything. It was like a highlight.
Mario Kart on the N64,
Yeah.
which is a ridiculously difficult game. The physics don't make sense in that game. Anyways.
So we did a charity event. We met him there, and
Yeah.
and we didn't really know a ton about him at the time. We just knew he was a big voice for IGN at the time.
Yeah.
And we just wanted to get
Oh, he
IGN
worked at
involved.
IGN then, yeah.
Yeah, he had just left, and
Okay.
he told us beforehand that he was leaving before it even went public, I guess.
Okay.
And so he was like, is that going to be okay that I'm not officially with them? We're like, yeah, whatever. Like, he's still a good voice for the industry. So
Sure, yeah.
he came down, and then right away when we picked him up from the airport, he was just like, what are you guys making? And we found out he loves wrestling and video games, so it all kind of tied together
That's
in
awesome.
one, and he wanted to get behind it right away. So, yeah.
He's a good dude, isn't he?
Oh, he's fantastic. He's
Yeah.
a very energetic man who
Yeah.
never stops somehow.
Yeah, well,
Much like you.
Thank you. But he impressed me because he was a guy that obviously he had his cancer health scare, right?
Yeah.
And I had known him a little bit, but I think he just wrapped his arms around this industry in a way.
Yeah.
And he got through that, thankfully. But I think he has a real appreciation for the good fortune that he has.
Yeah.
And he likes to share that, it feels like.
That's how he kind of came onto my radar, was through the whole cancer thing, because he started doing YouTube stuff in between, on top of his normal IGN thing. And
Right.
so I just started watching his YouTube channel, which is just him and his friends like talking about anything.
Yeah.
And that's how I kind of first really got to know his persona kind of thing. So,
Awesome. So
yeah.
Heel Kick wasn't the first movie you guys made. How many movies have you guys made?
That was our second feature film.
Okay.
The first one was called Love Hate. That's the one that
yes.
you guys had us on for.
Right.
It was a rom-com, kind of super bad for 20-year-olds. So super bad, basically, kind of. But yeah, very Apatow inspired.
Shot in
Edmonton.
Yeah. And you had the premiere in Edmonton.
Premiered in Edmonton, and it was our first thing ever. We never went to school at all. We kind of just went for a full feature out of the gate, which everyone would tell you is insane to do.
Yeah.
No shorts before that, just a full feature, and we got very lucky. We sold it to Super Channel, and it did well for what it was. So the whole crew and everyone packed up and moved here for the next one.
That's awesome. Why Vancouver? Why did you decide to come out here?
It was the closest thing that we thought was LA, I guess,
Yeah.
and much warmer weather, obviously, and we came down here for a visit before we moved because none of us had ever even seen the city before, and we just fell in love with it immediately. It's so beautiful here, it's an easy sell, the mountains and ocean.
Well, I know you and Danny are partners.
Yeah.
You know, not in all senses of the word, but you guys work creatively on stuff all the time. But
yeah, we struggle with that all the time. We always say that. We're like, well, just business partners. I mean.
Did you also have other people that came with you from Edmonton? Like, did you bring a posse?
We did. We had some of the crew, and then we had all the main cast came with us as well.
Yeah. Did they all stay, or?
Most of them are still here. Yeah.
Cool.
And we're all still working on stuff. And then we've made a bunch of new friends here just from the film community in Vancouver. Everyone's so supportive here, both in the video game and film world here. So it's easy to make friends, and everyone knows someone. So
awesome.
It's super helpful, yeah.
Well, heel kick, I think, is the thing that has been the most prominent in your career so far.
Yeah.
And I'm sure people have questions, especially if they've been watching it. And by the way, if you have a question, help us out with an all caps question in the chat there. Thank you for participating. But help us out on what happens after you launch a movie. You went to festivals.
Yeah.
You went to London with this movie, but it's available everywhere, right? You can buy it on iTunes. Has it been on Netflix already?
That's like the one place we haven't got onto yet, and that's kind of our goal. But yes, like when we wrap the film up, and then we do festivals first, because you can't really lock down distributors or anything like that before, because festivals want the exclusive kind of big screening, right? So first it's the festival run. We didn't have a lot of luck in the festival run, but then we did a theatrical run in 2018 or 2017. I don't know. It's been a long time. 2017, we did the theaters all over North America.
Yeah.
Greg helped with that a lot too. He had his fan base kind of really embrace us, so we got to go to a bunch of different cities there, and we would do Q&As after every screening. And it was just a cool way to connect with the audience right after watching the movie, and so we got to make a lot of new friends just doing that as well.
Awesome.
And then after the theatrical run, we start hitting up distributors, and so it's everywhere now, but Netflix. Yeah.
Have you guys got a sequel in mind where Danny's 45 years old and it's
By
like
the time
the
it's
comedic
done,
wresler?
We have so many different variations. He's trying to prepare for anything. Like he even has like a potential TV show based on it, and sequels. He's just trying to remain flexible. Even with Heel Kick, the original movie, we were trying to find ways, because we had it's very highly improvised, and so we had just endless amounts of footage, and we were always thinking of we could break this down into episodes if that was ever needed or requested by us. So a series was always in mind, and now we're kind of he's in talks right now at getting it seen by more people right now, because it's been about a year since it came out, and we're really proud of it. Critically, it did really well, and audiences who saw it seemed to love it as well. It just didn't hit that wave that is necessary to really get it out there, kind of thing. So,
and what is it about that? Is it the wrestling? Is it the backyardness?
Yeah, I think wrestling is a niche,
Right.
but it's weird because series like Glow on Netflix and just wrestling in general seems to be having a little bit of a resurgence. So
Sure, yeah.
we were hoping to catch that wave as well, and I think the wave is still there. We just need to find a way to tap into it.
Right.
And hopefully.
Did the WWE ever want to get involved, or did they think it was too much parody? And
they are very against backyard wrestling. So
okay.
yeah, that's a big no. Dan did an interview with Xavier Woods, and they wouldn't even let him air the episode, actually. So
oh, wow.
Yeah, so they're a little strict on that kind of stuff, but they were still very helpful. They liked the movie. They just have to distance themselves from backyard wrestling. And
that's
that
kind of understandable.
Yeah.
All right. Well, you acted in that movie, and you co-wrote the movie as well, or
story editor kind of thing. We always pass our scripts back and forth.
Did you edit the movie too? Or?
Yeah,
and you edited it.
Yeah,
that's awesome. And so you're still making movies. You've got something now that you guys didn't write and create yourself. You were telling me. You want to tell us all about it?
This is
spoil everything right now.
I'll say what I can. It's still very early, literally happening last week / this week.
Yeah.
But it's the first time we've ever been asked to write for a studio.
Cool.
And write something outside of our usual comedic roots.
Yeah.
We're finalizing plans right now to sign on both Danny and I to write a feature that we'll shoot this summer. So
amazing.
Yeah.
That's awesome. So as if your movie and acting and writing and all that stuff career wasn't going well enough, you said, let's make a game as well.
Yeah, that was...
when did you start this game?
That was an insane decision. But so 2012 was when I woke up and was like, I think I could do this for some reason.
Yeah.
And it's been a long road, a huge learning experience. We're still making it the same game. But it's
Billy Saves the World?
Billy Saves the World. It's
Yeah.
it's an action adventure game.
It's about Elon Musk?
Yeah, it's here it is here.
Okay.
It's an action adventure game. It combines the simplicity of like a Rayman or Mario platformer,
Sure.
with the spirit of Monkey Island, which is
Okay.
like a weird mixture of the two things. But
I saw some different kind of art style. Are you guys playing with the idea that he's maturing and he's
We have in the game you visit different worlds and different planets, and so I thought it'd be cool if every area had its own distinct look.
Oh, that's easy.
And also that helped with the fact that we have
Oh,
random
different
artists
artists.
over the
Oh, that's
years as
cool.
well.
That's
so
cool.
I was trying to find ways to embrace our faults, kind of thing. Yeah.
Oh, that's cool. Okay, so development on this has not gone according to plan.
No,
is
never.
What I'm hearing. Okay.
Even every time I think I'm like, all right, now we're on the path. It's like I keep using an analogy of it's like a car that only 3 wheels work at one time.
Right.
And just when you fix one, another one falls off. So it's doing the best you can, pushing this car to the finish line.
Yes.
And it's fun though. It's making a feature film is impossible, and so are making video games. But I'm using the confidence and experience from the film world to apply to this game, and it's very helpful. If I hadn't released a feature film before, I don't know if I'd have the patience and
Right.
experience.
What's the thing that drives you the most crazy about making a game?
It's my first love. It's like the thing I wanted to do before movies. Like when I was 5 years old, I wanted to make games. I would tell people that. Like
Right.
adults would be like, "What do you want to be?" And Timmy next to me would say, "A fireman." And I would say, "I want to make games." So it's just something I always wanted to do. Didn't think I would have the skill set to do it. Can't be a programmer, so I just kind of gave up on that. But through making movies, I met enough people that have the skills that I don't have, and I was able to assemble a team and direct and write and do all that kind of stuff. So
Yeah.
I'm staying on the creative side and trying to push everyone else.
What's kicking your butt though?
It's just we're very small, so keeping everyone on on the game for as long as I've been on the game, right? So
Yeah.
contractors are only available for certain times, and you got to work within those limits, and then just the team is all over the world. We've been working with people in Japan, India,
Right.
LA, Edmonton, so it's really tough to organize, but it's like I said, it's a good kind of stress and a good kind of busyness. It's like a puzzle that you're always kind of trying to solve on the fly.
So the next one that you would make, you would say, make it here, or are you done? You're going to make
No,
this and ship this and never make another
No,
game?
I already want to make more. I just want to improve even just upon this formula that I've been doing.
Yeah.
So I'd love the opportunity to make more if I get to, but I have to see how well this one does, and then we'll go from there. But I definitely want to keep making them. Yeah.
What do you say to people that are watching now, that have these ideas? They're nervous. They don't know what route to take. They're looking for answers.
Yeah.
What do you say to get them off of their butts to go and to chase their dreams?
I've always been, both for film and games, I've always been just a proponent of getting your hands dirty and just doing it.
Yeah.
There's a lot of things you can make excuses for or wait for the right timing and that kind of thing, but I think just going out and doing it and utilizing the skill that you do have. If you're a writer or you're just someone who can organize things really well, then you're a producer all of a sudden, right?
Yeah.
Get a team together, go out to events like this and meet people, and you can slowly, there's so many indie events in Vancouver every month that you can meet an entire studio really if you need it. So there's the people are there, the people are hungry, they want to work on stuff. So if you have an idea, go for it. But
Yeah.
you also have to stay, you have to be the leader of it, right? Like people aren't gonna just stick around. You got to keep being the one that pushes it forward, kind of thing.
So if you can extrapolate a little bit, and you've got some work for hire gigs sort of lined up,
Yeah.
and let's say Heel Kick evolves into more like where do you want to be? Do you want to be sort of running a studio that creates a bunch of material, or do you want to be heads down writing, or is there a choice, or do you want to do it all?
I do want to do it all, but in a way that ties them all together. A lot of people always ask me that because it seems like these three things. I'm doing movies, TV, and video games, but to me they're all entertainment, but they all can work together.
Yeah. Well, you're doing them all, but you're also doing a bunch of jobs within them all.
Yeah.
So do you feel like you need to decide on a job or a discipline within these things, or
somehow no?
Yeah.
Like I'm feeling pretty good about stuff right now, but I think like my ideal goal is I would love to write and direct a movie based off of a video game franchise. I would love to be the guy that kind of finally solves that thing.
Right.
Because I think
which one?
Sonic the Hedgehog I would love to do, but that's already being done right now. But I would do anything, honestly, like a Tetris. I would do anything, literally, and I think I could come up with a good movie based on it.
You said that's being done right now.
Yeah.
You put done and right.
Done right. There we go.
Beside each other.
No.
We don't. Is it going to be done right, do you think? From what you've seen? Or is your heart broken?
I want to see what Jim Carrey looks like.
Okay.
Really badly.
Okay.
I don't know why that's the pin, but
He was. Did you see Kick-Ass 2?
Yeah.
He was amazing.
Yeah,
in that.
he was cool. Yeah.
When he's used in the right way. Well, he's so talented.
Yeah. I think I mean, live action, I would not have gone that route at all. But yeah, I think, and then I could act in those movies, right? So I can tie all the stuff I'm doing right now together, and I'm just sort of exercising each muscle in those groups as I get closer to that thing. So
Cool.
Yeah.
Sam IM111 asks, what is your game development process? Waterfall, agile? What's the current roadmap for your game? Good question, Sam.
We just brought on our second programmer full-time last week. And so for the next 3 months or so, I'm hoping to finally hit a groove where everyone's working in unison, and we actually do have those 4 tires going at the same time. They're literally working on it right now.
So not agile.
No,
not
you got to be.
waterfall.
I think you got to be flexible in this in making movies and games. Like you get stuff thrown at you all the time, and you just have to go with it and work the best you can off your feet. So
well, I mean, that's one of the from all the studios that I visited, that's one of the other directions that you can go is you put a team together, but then suddenly, if you're the person writing the checks, you are more focused on making sure those payroll checks are put into the banks than you can be if you subcontract the work out like that. And I had Brian Provinciano on a little while ago, and he works very much like that too. But I feel like it's very hard because you are being pulled in all these different angles, right?
Yeah.
But it's also very hard to kind of shepherd a team and make sure that the company is paid for and that people are taken care of.
And you got to. It's been cool. Like I've been reading a lot about. I think it's called Blood, Sweat, and Pixels by Pierre Scher from Kotaku.
Okay.
He wrote the book, and it just follows.
Jonathan Shear.
Oh, is that? Yeah.
Yeah.
He just every chapter is a different game that went through troubles getting made, and it's cool like reading it and relating to it. Like even the bad parts, I'm like, oh, okay, so I am making mistakes, but they're the same mistakes other people have made.
Sure.
And it's weirdly comforting.
Awesome. Sam also asked, what research did you guys do into backyard wrestling? Did you consult any actual backyard wrestlers?
So Danny Mac, the writer of it, he is a huge wrestling fan going into it. So it's something he and his friends just did while they were growing up.
Yep.
And then he wrote all the parts. The part I play is a documentarian named Roger who follows the 2 guys around. He wrote the part for me, so like he knows me inside and out. Or no, that's another weird thing, but
He's your partner.
We know each other well enough, so we were able to work well with each other. And the research was kind of his own life experience, kind of thing.
It's a great movie. I really had a good time with it. And I also had a good time seeing it with a crowd of people that were there to give you guys a lot of support and love too, But there is a heartwarming element to all this. Jamie.
What skills have you learned along the way that have served you best that you would recommend to people entering your space?
Question is, what skills have you learned that you would recommend to other people?
I started out just acting, and when I started out making movies originally, I realized who's gonna write it and who's gonna edit it, and I think editing was one of the biggest ones for me. It's something you can learn now in an afternoon. Really, the basics.
I'll back that up. I had to learn editing in episode 2 of Electric Playground just to get my feet wet and understand I conceptualized the show, but once I edited the show, I had way more understanding, or
Yeah.
I edited a segment, I had a much bigger understanding of what we were trying to accomplish.
Yeah, it really helps even performing on camera, like knowing how it comes together and
Yes.
everything. Video editing is crucial, I think, at this point.
Everybody watching should be able to edit video at home.
Yeah.
Everybody, no matter what you do, because video is going to become such a huge component of, telling a tale no matter what business you're in, whether you're in retail or software development, whatever. Video is going to be the way we present these stories to other people. And if you've got that skill set, you're a step ahead.
Yeah.
But it's really transferable.
The cool thing too is like video editing is its own job too. So if you're struggling and you can pick up freelance work, you can do that as a video editor, right? So you get a little extra money as well on the side. And then from the game standpoint, design is something I've been learning with Billy Saves the World, and it's very similar to video editing. You're assembling the story through putting pieces together, and that's a skill I didn't have beforehand.
Right.
And they're weirdly mirrored, I find.
Well, I feel like video editing, because it is a collage of a lot of different art forms,
Yeah.
And it is becoming another very accessible language for a lot of people,
Yeah.
thanks to YouTube. I think a lot of different ways that media is going to be developed will reflect Premiere and Final Cut and
Yeah.
stuff, so even, working within a game engine, as a lot of those tools and stuff get a little bit easier.
Yeah.
Like Dreams, right? Like Dreams, I presume, is going to feel like you're video editing, but you're making a video game.
Yeah.
Which is going to be wild. We've got a question here from JBJ Blaze, TFA. How many different types of media projects not linked with each other do you think you could handle and tackle at a time? And generally, how would you manage it all?
That's been a struggle forever. I've honestly hurt myself health-wise trying to do too much. So I've learned the important thing is balance for sure, but I seem to never learn my lessons because I'm about to make a feature film right now and my video game at the same time.
Right.
But I've done it before, and it is tough, but if you have help with your friends and everything, it's not so bad. But
It's hard to say no when you're going to be building your own stuff, right?
Exactly, yeah. And I love doing it. Like it's a lot of work, but when you love doing it, it's not like you're miserable every day.
Yeah.
It's fun. But yeah, I would max it out at 2 things because that's a lot.
All right, so when are we going to see the next thing from Cooper Bibaud? And what's it going to be? Is it a race to finish Billy Saves the World, or your new movie that you're working on?
The movie seems to have a super tight pipeline, so it could be either one. If for some reason you want to see my face more, I'm going to be in the Twilight Zone. Super small part, not even worth mentioning, but
cool.
That premieres tonight.
Are you kidding? You're going to be in
today.
tonight's?
I won't be in tonight's episode, but the show I guess came out today.
Okay, cool.
And then mine's in early May.
Do you get killed?
Don't
spoil
I won't.
it.
No
Yeah.
spoilers.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
Okay,
that's
so
the
you're
next.
acting.
Yeah.
So that's next, and then Billy Saves the World and your new movie.
Yeah.
Is it a horror movie?
It's gonna be a straight up action flick.
Okay, your
Yeah.
action movie and Billy Saves the World are in a race to come out into the world.
To come out, yeah.
Yeah. So the next time that you're on, you're going to be able to talk about the
More exciting stuff. Yeah.
the completed game and the completed movie that
Yeah.
you.
That'll be
Fantastic.
fun. If you have me back, that'd be
Yeah, I'm
great.
definitely going to have
Yeah.
you back. Congratulations on Heel Kick. If
Thank
you haven't
you.
checked that out, you can purchase it or rent it, I guess, now on iTunes and
PS4,
Google Play,
Xbox,
PS4,
everywhere, Amazon.
Xbox,
Yeah.
and Netflix. Come on, support the Canadian development here. Thanks, Coop.
Thank you very much.
Thanks for being on, my
Thank
man.
you.
Say hi to Danny for me, your
I
partner.
will.